Welcome back to another edition of Equations of Motion. This one we're going to be using a bit smaller. This one is very similar. Same parameters, final velocity in meters per second, starting velocity or initial velocity in meters per second, acceleration in meters per second, and distance in meters, S, A, U, and V. If you want to, some people use X for S. Don't forget that S really means displacement, but we'll use it distance, although displacement and distance are slightly different. So this formula is V squared equals U squared plus 2 times A times S. Just a couple of things. Make sure you put sort of a bracket around that if you want to. Don't do U squared plus 2, so do U squared plus 2 times A times S. So it's this term and this term together. Don't put a bracket around it in your calculator just to be on the safe side. Obviously, it's all V squared, so you're going to have to work out V, so don't forget the opposite of a square is square root. So you could write this as this: V equals square root of all of that plus 2AS. So you might see me doing that. You can put it in your calculator like this. Look, so if you've got your calculator, you just do that straight away. And then you can start doing your things in here then. Plus 2 times whatever. So that's what I would suggest you remember. Because some people will just give me an answer V squared. I don't want V squared. I probably want V in the questions. Okay. So V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. That's a 2, right? And not an S. That's a 2 times A times S. Okay. So best way to do things is examples. So a car accelerates at 0.15 meters per second from rest over a distance of 17 meters. Calculate the final velocity of the car. So write down what you know. So we know the acceleration is 0.15. It starts from rest, which means the initial velocity is 0. It's got a distance of 17 meters. And we need to find the final velocity V. Just make sure that V is like V, not a U, okay? So we can use the formula V squared equals U squared plus 2AS, okay? We don't need time, because there's no time in this one. We don't need time, look. The other formula we've used, we've had time, but this one, there's no time. So V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. They're all in the same units, meters per second, meters, and yeah, cool. So V squared, obviously it starts from rest, so 0 squared is, but still put it in just in case, plus 2 times A, which is 0.15 times the distance is 17. Obviously we can get rid of that 0 squared. And then, so V squared equals this, 2 times 0.15 times by 17. Now I can either do it this way, I can either work this out like I've done there, look, like this, 2 times 0.15 times by 17, gives you that, and then square root that. So you can do it like that, if you want to. 2.26, look, I did a bit of rounding, so that's the velocity. Tick, down, well done, right? Or do it in one go. So just do this, ready? So we know that V squared is this. So if we square root all of this now, so we'll do that and just do this. It saves, it's the same answer, same way of doing it, innit? It just saves you doing the steps. 2.5 there, yeah. So any way you want. That's the final velocity. Okay. And 1 meter per second is roughly 2.2 miles per hour. Just in case you wanted to put a bit of miles per hour on it. So we've got 2.26, sorry, 2.26 times by roughly 2, it's a bit more than 2.2. So this is about 5 miles an hour. Because some people may be able to picture what 5 miles an hour is like compared to that. Obviously the SI unit is meters per second. Okay, which if you're listening to in America, you will know what that is. Okay, but miles per hour, okay, that might be for our US viewers. So, number 2, a jet accelerates at 2 meters per second from initial velocity of 0.5. Calculate the velocity of the jet after 10 meters. Same formula. A is 2, U is 0.5, and S is 10. So in this one, we have got a value for U. So V squared equals U squared plus 2 times A times S. What I've done there is I've just put the square root around it. So I've got rid of this. So now all we've got to do is put the numbers in by there. We know what U is. U is 0.5. Don't forget the squared, plus 2 times A, which is 2, times S, which is distance, 10. Do it all in one go. If you want to, you can put brackets around that. It's up to you. So we'll do this, square root. So now we can do this. I'll just do 0.5 squared plus, open a bracket, 2 times 2 times 10. Close the bracket. All square rooted equals 6.34, 6 point whatever, and a bit. So that'll do me. That's the answer. Tick. I mean, you could have done this. You could have done this. Look, we could have worked this out, couldn't we? We could have done 0.5 squared plus 2 times 2 times 10. We could have done it that way. Best equals 40.25 and then square root 40.25. Same answer, look. So it's up to you which way you want to go. So number 2, nice and easy. Same formula, V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. They're all in the right units. They're all in the right units. So there's no trick. And if you want to do, you could convert that into miles per hour. Okay, times it by 2.2 if you wanted to. It's up to you. You haven't got to though. Number 3, I've only got 3 for you. So a bike is timed over a distance of 20 meters. If the initial velocity at the start is 0.1 and the final velocity of the bike is 1.5, calculate the acceleration of the bike. Okay. So I've just given some, I put some numbers there and I've just asked to calculate A. Just made some numbers up. Just to see if you can rearrange the formula really. So we know S, we know U, we know V, and we don't know A. So this is a new bit to us. Normally we've got to find V, but now we've got to find A. So obviously I can use this formula because I know what V is, I know what U is, I know what 2 is, I know what S is. I just need to find what A is, and I've got to do a bit of magic, rearranging. So this is plus, so I'll bring it across, take it away. V squared, take away U squared equals 2 times A times S. So I'm going to leave the 2 times, sorry, I'm going to leave the A there because we need to find A. I'm just going to bring the 2 times S down. 2 times S. Not 2 times 5, it's 2 times S equals A. So now we know that A equals V squared, take away U squared, all divided by 2 times S. And we know what V is, it's 1.5, because it's there. We know what U is, it's 0.1, there. 2 is 2, and the S, the displacement, is 20. Stick it in your calculator and you should get it all going. So what I've done here is I've worked the top out. So I've done this 1.5 squared, take away 0.1 squared equals that, 2.24, and then 2 times 20 is 40, so I've just done that, look, 2.24 divided by 40. 0.056 meters per second. Or you could just do it all in one go, just do this, 1.5 squared, take away 0.1 squared, divide that by 2 times 20. 0.056. Okay. So there's 3 questions using V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. Hope that makes a bit of sense. What we could do is we could check, couldn't we? We could check while we're there to see if this A is correct. Okay, and the way we could do that is by putting it back in the formula. So we could put it back into this formula. All right, and pretend that we don't know what V is. All right, let's just check to see if A is correct. So let's pretend that we don't know what V is. We know it's 1.5. Let's pretend we don't know, and let's pretend that we were given 0.056 as our acceleration. So we could use this formula now to find V. And if we get 1.5, I'm quite happy that my 0.056 is all right. So what we'll do is we'll do this. So we'll do this now. V is going to be square root. Okay, like we've done before. U we know is 0.1 still. So 0.1 squared plus 2 times the A. This is our value that we've worked out. So if this works, we know that our 56 is correct. Huh? 2 times 0.056 times by S. What's S, did we say? 20. So whack that in your calculator and it should, hopefully anyway, work out. So square root 0.1 squared plus 2 times 0.056 times by 20. Hopefully we're going to get 1.5. Oh yeah, 1.5. Which just is a way of checking to see if we've got that correct. So we get 1.5, which was V anyway. So I'm quite happy that it's double correct now. So it's one way of checking that you've done everything correct. So yes, V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. The third one that we've done is more obviously, but another formula you can use to find out these various things. So hopefully that's a bit of help. You will need this in an assignment and you will need this in question, so make sure we can do it. But for now, over and out, no star.